Namaste, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Lisa Jang, your Yin Yoga teacher trainer, your Yin Yoga teacher and practitioner. Today we'll go over a little quick Yin. This is going to be short and sweet, and my goal is for doing these YouTube videos is for you to have some tools, not as an additional thing to add on to the daily stresses of life, but tools to help you navigate through life that you can just incorporate really quickly into your day so that it helps balance out all the stresses that we have in life. So, especially, I want to bring awareness to making sure that not only physically do we need to downregulate, but also mentally. So let's begin. You'll need a couple blocks, a bolster. We're going to start off in our deer pose. So with our deer pose, I'm going to take my legs in my 1990 as I'm here. And this is going to get into the neck. Okay. So I'm going to holding on to your right ankle. Gently draw your left ear down towards your left shoulder. And start to play around with different angles. Drawing your chin down. We'll start to get a little bit more in towards the upper trap. And then drawing your chin slightly up, we'll get, and I could totally feel this, right into the scalenes there in the front of your neck. I'm feeling it in the jaw, which feels good. So finding what is helpful for you to release tension from the busyness of the day. We really want to tap into our nervous system. So as we're here, let's incorporate some breathing. So start to breathe in deeply through your nose and then out through your mouth. Again, deep in breath in your nose and deep out breath in your mouth. And just notice how that begins to shift your mind and the nervous system, clearing out any residue of tension, any ruminating thoughts. Let that go. You've got about 2 more cycles of breath there, whatever angle you've chosen. Always know that you can take more time for yourself by pressing pause on the video if you do need more time, or just allow the video to run and just stay in the moment, stay in the pose and come out whenever you're ready and come join back in when you are ready. We're going to go ahead, take our opposite hand, our left hand, to guide our head back to center, and taking a moment here to notice right side of your neck, the breath, and the reset. Let's head to our second side. So I'm taking my 1990 legs as I'm here, and I'm holding on to, this time, my left ankle. Let me check the time here so we can spend 2 minutes. And as you're here, once again, begin to drop your right ear down towards your right shoulder and begin to notice this side. If you're noticing maybe this side holds more tension than the other side. And then finding, as you're here, your angles. You can see I'm using my right hand to direct certain angles. And I'm feeling, as I'm here, as I'm rotating, my eyes are down towards my right knee. Really that upper trapezius, which I am looking for. Let's try turning your head. Just go slowly up. And then really allowing your jaw to soften. And that feels good as well. So that neck, the side of the neck there, again, finding your tender edge, not too little, not too much, but just right. You have another minute here to go. So once again, let's come back to that breathing. Deep in breath and deep out breath. This time breathe in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale out for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. And exhale. Once again, you can stay with that box breathing. Otherwise, using the opposite hand to help support your head out of the pose, coming out slowly, and begin to just notice how you feel. We're coming to bridge pose, and this is going to be with the bolster behind. So let's set up the bolster behind us. The blanket I'm going to use for behind my head. And I'm going to lay the bolster. This is a little unconventional, but it does, you'll understand as we get into the pose. So let me scooch forward so I'm within the camera and the camera angle here, the screen. So coming down slowly onto your pillow, and it's horizontal. Your head, let's grab this. So you can use the block behind your head as you're here, or you can use that blanket and roll it up. Since I have an extra blanket, I'm going to use the extra blanket. I'm taking my feet and lifting my hips up to clear the floor, and taking my block to my sacrum, that heart-shaped bone behind your pelvis. So as you're here, just notice how it feels, and notice how good it feels. Now from here, you can just hang out this way. You can let your arms lay out wide. I have the wall in my way, so make sure you have space. I'm doing this so that you can see me from this camera view. Another variation is taking your hands behind you, and try it out. I'm taking my hands, kind of just wiggling it underneath my bolster as I'm here. And I'm just letting my arms lay here into this position where I get a little bit of a relief in my hands. And it actually, for me, feels good. A little bit of an internal rotation through the shoulders. Give it a try. See if you like it. If you don't, by all means, stay into. It is a variation of supportive fish pose, or bridge pose. So our bridge pose with that with the bolster behind us. Again, let me come on up and show you. So what I'm doing here is I'm laying my back, and my hands are like so, into internal rotation of the upper arm bones. You can have your arms down by your side as you're here, just depending on your bolster. So if you want to do that, definitely experiment doing that. I'm going to move my bolster aside and show you. You have another minute here. So sneaking your arms underneath your bolster as you're here. Let me make sure I'm comfortable. And block or no block, take that block underneath as you're here, and just kind of sliding your bolster underneath as you're here. And then making sure that you're comfortable. And it's almost mimicking your bridge pose. Just notice my neck is in flexion here, and this is not comfortable. You have to experiment. So I'm going to take that down. So as I'm here,
It's a little bit more comfortable. And now I'm finding, okay, I don't need this block. So I'm just going to just rest my hands into the bolster. And your legs can be straight if you like. That feels better for you. Make sure it feels good for your low back. It feels good for my low back here. But again, experiment. Oh, it feels good. And I'm just going to kind of shimmy my legs from side to side. It's a little bit of a myofascial release. I'm feeling the bolster pressing to more the forearm, the superficial fascia of the forearm, and it feels really nice and soothing. And really, that's the objective for today is finding this peace, this calm. Okay, so when you're ready, slowly start to come all the way up. We'll release your hands, your forearms. You may want to pause and then take your time to lift your hips, remove the block, as I've done. Roll towards your side and gently press yourself up. So that's one variation that I enjoy, just kind of staying in and just lingering in. It's really nice for the forearms simply because I do play a lot of guitar. Okay, so here's another one. And we're using the blocks. The blocks can go low, medium, or high. I wouldn't recommend going on Papa Bear level. I would recommend either going on Baby Bear or Mama Bear level. And I'm going to take that blanket underneath my knees. So the block is going to head in towards this flap here. I like it in this flap here, but by all means, you can place it more towards the front of your shoulder, but in the flap so I can get a little bit of myofascial release. And make sure your blocks are angled as you're here. You're going to take your time to lay onto your belly and slowly come onto the blocks. Mind you, you have to find where you need the blocks, so scooch them in as you need to. Let me scooch back so I can get into the camera view. So you can be here and let your forehead come down towards the earth, okay? Or you can take your hands behind you by your side or loosely lace them behind your back as you're here. And I really like this variation. So let me give you a show. My fingers are loosely wrapped behind my back. What it does, your upper arm bones go into, again, internal rotation, and you start to expose more of the tissue in the front of the pecs there. I like to get in the pecs in this one. Of course, you're going to affect some of that anterior deltoid as well. And then this one is, if you can, just play with tucking your toes and scooching yourself a little bit more forward. That will distribute the weight in our fascial web differently in the beautiful network of our tissues, our fascia. So let your forehead rest down towards the earth. Once you've found where the load needs to be in this, again, this beautiful body that we have, that is the tissues. Really think about it. It does force transmission, right? It protects our bones, our organs, and supports our bones, organs, our whole body. So taking a moment here to appreciate and breathe. Again, breathe in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause 4, 3, 2, 1. On your own now. Letting go of any ambition to do more as you're here, allowing yourself to really decompress. You've got 30 more seconds here to go. So just really allowing yourself again to luxuriate in this beautiful myofascial release. to really find space to find peace and ease. Why wouldn't we downregulate and take this time for ourselves in this everyday society where there's so much stress, allowing our minds to be foggy? We need clarity. We need to downregulate. That's why labor laws, we need to take breaks. It is the law. When you're ready, slowly release your hands. Let your arms rest down by your sides and just pause. When you're ready, gently start to come all the way up and finding your way onto your back for Shavasana. Shavasana is so powerful. Taking that 5 minutes or more for yourself, really getting yourself comfy, maybe taking the bolster behind you like so and just laying down the bolster, or putting the bolster underneath your legs. So hopefully this will give you some tools to navigate through such a maybe a stressful day, a stressful week, and really give yourself this time to downregulate. You can remember these, take these tools with you. So maybe you can incorporate it into 5 minutes a day, just maybe even one pose. And I encourage you to do that. Hey guys, thanks for joining in. My name is Lisa Jang, and namaste.